Hello and welcome to another creative photography locked down challenge. This is where we are going to lock down your creativity. I've got courses and things on knobs and buttons and dials and cameras and light and composition, but how do you get to think creatively? That is what these little videos are all about. Engaging, eye-catching, interesting images are all about you and your creativity, and that is not a camera setting. It's a you setting. If you'd like to come and meet the awesome bunch of photographers engaged in our photography lockdown challenges, click the little thing popping out above me right here, right now. The theme for this challenge is in deep. How can you creatively interpret that? In deep. What could that mean to you? I'm just going to explore 2 or 3 ideas here, which might give you a bit of a guide. We'll look a little bit at things like depth of field, camera settings, and you need to think about your exposures and all the rest of it. If you get confused by any of the things or the concepts of how you control your camera, light and composition, anything mentioned in this little video, again, click up here. Go and have a look at my UBC photography course. It will tell you everything you need to know about the camera, light, composition. There's only 5 things on a camera you actually need. Come along and master them. Then you can start to really think creatively. So, our In Deep challenge, there's a hashtag appearing on screen right now. Remember to use that hashtag when you upload images into the album for the challenge, so we know. We're going to be doing the judging somewhat differently this time, so stick around until the end and I'll explain what we're going to do. We're having a little test and a little revolution. Meanwhile, I'm very lucky to have with me Steph Rebello, who didn't know I was going to do that really. She was looking the other way. Come and say hello. Some of you guys may remember, Steph, when we came down here with your partner Dave, didn't we?
Yeah, gosh, it must have been about 4 years ago.
It was easily that.
Yeah.
Easily that. And we did a whole fashion photography shoot. I was being the interviewer and Dave was talking about that.
Yeah, it was good fun. Lovely weather, much like today.
You bring the weather with you. And also, of course, Steph was like teetering about on the end of wooden groins and trying not to fall in the sea, and it was really cool. Anyway, thank you for offering to help us out,
No
Steph.
bother.
We'll go find some shots and we'll talk you through some ideas. You may not have a coastline and beach huts, but if you think creatively, you'll find something.
Yeah.
Let's go and have a look at that idea we had a minute ago.
Brilliant.
See you in a minute, guys. When you look at this shot, you can see there's a feeling of depth to it, isn't there? Because the lines on either side coming down here, they're leading you into this sort of doorway, this frame within a frame of the picture, and onto, fancy seeing you here.
Yeah, good to see
I
you.
know, it's bizarre, isn't it? Back to Steph. Now, what do you need to think about when you're doing a shot like this? Because you want quite a bit of sharpness in this, don't you? You want depth to the shot, but you're not trying to isolate Steph. So what sort of aperture will you need to use? You've got to think on these things. You're going to want a smallish aperture, aren't you? Because we want to be sharp from here all the way back through. The other thing is you need a subject. Because if you just have this deep, but it doesn't take you anywhere, the shot's boring. Steph, would you mind stepping back out just for a moment, please, out of shot? If we go over here, look, you see suddenly that shot has lost all of its life and all of its dynamism. It could be that you have, I don't know, see if you can catch a passerby. You might have the shot ready because you know there's people about, in which case you can go click. Do you see what I mean? Capture a decisive moment when someone walks into the shot. Not everyone who's got a professional model that they can work with. By all means, come back, Steph. I didn't mean to steal your thunder. Not everyone's got a professional model they can work with, admittedly, but I know quite a lot of you guys do work with your kids or with your partners or whatever. Give it a lash, see what you can do. So this is another way of becoming deep in a photo. I've got another idea.
Yeah.
I hope you've got your thinking cap on.
Oh, okay.
What about deep shadow? Because shadows can make awesome pictures, can't they? Look, we've got this line coming across here. We've got a fabulous Steph shadow going on there. You see how you use the space and get creative with it. You can relax a little bit now if you like. But look, you see, it's about thinking. Where's the light coming from? Over here. Where's the shadow going to go? How can we do that? When we framed Steph using the beach huts, we're doing a similar thing, only this time we're framing Steph with shadows. And it's a really creative way of thinking. Remember, guys, this isn't about just you know, copying what I do or doing the normal. The whole thing about creativity, because Steph, you're a photographer too, aren't you?
Yeah.
And your partner Dave is a fashion photographer.
Yeah.
That's why you may have met Steph before in one of my videos. The whole thing is about thinking outside the box, isn't it? It's about doing something different.
Yeah, and doing things that challenge you.
Absolutely.
Stepping outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Trying new things.
Completely. We did a shoot down here a few years ago. I'm going to pop a couple of pictures up when Steph was, sorry, you can relax. You've done your duty. Where we were talking about, you know, posing models, you know, and a lot of amateur photographers particularly, they go into all this business, don't they?
Yeah.
And it just looks cheesy compared to when you just go straight up and down. Now, when you look at these shots, you can see they're a very different creative approach. Let's go and look at one more way we can think about in deep. One more little shot.
Yeah.
How about deep in thought? Still waters run deep, that sort of thing. There are so many ways you can interpret it. How do we make the picture so quiet? Well, look at all this empty space going on around Steph. Look, this is how we make the shot quiet. Steph is having a little reflective moment here. But look, by including all this space, we have got a very quiet, very peaceful, very reflective sort of a shot. We've got some lovely light. The sun is coming straight across to Steph. I know you don't photograph people in direct sunlight, but if it works, do it. Rules aren't really rules, they're guides, aren't they, Steph?
They are, yeah.
They are, yeah, because Steph's also a photographer, you should know that. And knows everything there is in the world to know about Fuji cameras, because she used to work for Fuji. All this space, that's how you make it quiet. Now also, we're shooting this on a longish lens because in the background, we've kind of got some loveliness going on. If you shorten the focal length, Joe, just zoom it out wide as we're talking, you can see that as you shorten the focal length, it doesn't work quite so well. This is where focal length is such an important part of photography. If we move the camera closer, it's not quite so impactful, but these are things I want you to experiment with. Like I said right back at the beginning, if you're confused with any of the concepts we're talking about here, such as controlling depth of field, playing around with focal length for different looks, using light, I told you what you need to do. Ultimate Beginner's Course, it's everything you need. So I hope that gives you some ideas, some food for thought for In Deep. Don't forget, you must use the hashtag, which is on screen. Entries close on all that information which is on screen right now, and please do not use archived images. Photo lockdown depends on you guys to keep it going. So I would urge you, please, to make a small donation, just the cost of a Starbucks a month. We'll keep it all rocking and rolling. Now, I also said at the beginning, we're going to be doing this one differently because you are going to be the judges this time, not me. So remember, upload your images to the album, but you guys are going to be judging it. So if you like an image, you think it should be the winning image, this is where you need to click in your likes. Now, don't worry too much, this isn't a social media contest because this is just with us, within the group. People who are not part of the group do not get to vote. Week after week, I see you guys sort of commenting on each other's pictures going, I think this should be the winner this week. So, you guys are the judge. We're just going to do it like that. Click in those likes, check all the pictures, and whoever gets the most likes and comments, it's likes really, then you guys are going to be the judges, and we will go through your shots, plus of course, you know, my feedback with everything else later. So, I look forward to seeing you in the live judging. And I owe you a big fry-up cooked breakfast, don't I?
You do, yeah. That's the deal.
Because we finished filming and it's about 7:30 in the morning now, before anyone got around. Take care, guys. See you later.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Steph.
You're very welcome.